Hi there, this will be the introductory video for week 15, and this is the week of Thanksgiving, so this will be a short week. What I'm going to do is not make a formal assignment for this week. You're working on your final project, so if you need help with that, send me an email, or I'm going to set up a discussion board forum for the multimodal essay. If you want to post drafts or have discussions about the essay and the project, you can post them there. You can go ahead and start reading the last thing that we will read for the class, which is A River Runs Through It by Norman Maclean. Uh, as I talked about earlier in the class, this is listed as fiction, but a lot of people read it as nonfiction, and a lot of people consider it to be nonfiction. So we'll talk about that a little bit, but I also want you to pay attention to Maclean's style. He is one of those nonfiction writers who strive to be lyrical in his prose. And I think there are sections of A River Runs Through It that are basically poetry. And so let's pay attention to that as you start to read also. If I did post a reading in the folder for week 15, so let me just say a few words about this. This is a short excerpt from Kevin Brockmeyer's memoir of his seventh grade experience. So this is a memoir that takes place in the seventh grade. It's very focused. So that's one thing that I think is important to again realize about memoir is that it's a part of a life. It usually doesn't attempt to tell an entire life. And so what Kevin does, and Brockmeyer is a local writer who is internationally known. And if you haven't read Brockmeyer before, I strongly encourage you to read some of his work. The memoir is called A Few Seconds of Radiant Film Strip. It's written in the third person, which is interesting. Now, there are other examples of this. Adams' memoir, The Education of Henry Adams, is in third person. Then there are some other examples of this throughout history, but you might want to just, if you have time, read a little bit of it just to kind of have a little bit of a feel for what it's like to see a memoir that is written not in first person, but in third person. Okay, so basically for this week, be working on your essay, start reading A River Runs Through It. Have a good Thanksgiving, get some rest, and we'll start wrapping things up after Thanksgiving. Take care. Have a good Thanksgiving.